Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I have our new activity for this week, and it's matching non-identical objects. Okay. So, what we would start with are those cards that were sent home in the packet. There's a whole bunch of them. They were pre-cut. There's things like animals inside of it, vehicles, miscellaneous objects like balls, an umbrella, a kite. But those are the pictures that you're going to be using for this activity. Now, if your child is able to match identical objects, meaning that they can match two of the same thing, both of these dogs they can match when asked, then they can move on to non-identical objects. And this is where it can get a little bit tricky for some of the kids, okay? When you're first starting out, some of the kids can do this in an array of four, meaning four pictures out on the table at one time. Okay. So you could just have your table out with four photos. Some kids, because they're just starting out, you might just start with two photos. So I would actually take like the train and the car away, or you could just pick whatever two you want to start with. It doesn't make a difference that way. But just to eliminate, just to see if they could do it at first. So first I would test my theory out and see if they're able to. So here I would ask them, what's that? And they would either tell me sheep, or they'll say sheep after I say sheep, or I'll say, where is the sheep? Depending upon their ability to verbalize, and then ask them the same for the dog. If they're able to tell me where they are located and things like that, then generally they might be a little bit higher and they're ready for this task in particular rather than the other one. And the next thing I would do is, after they've identified the sheep and the dog, I would take a sheep, a sheep that looks different than the one that's here, okay? And in your packet are three variations of every single object in there. So three different types of sheep, three different types of dogs, cars, kites, all of that. So here's my sheep. I would show him or her this sheep and say, what's this? And they tell me sheep. And then I would hand it to them and say, match sheep. And if they match the sheep, great. Then I would also ask them, okay, what's this? Dog. Okay, dog. So then I would look for a picture of one of my dogs, and a dog that's different than the one that's on here. Okay. And I would do the same thing again. I would ask them what it is and have them match to that dog. Okay. And say that they're able to do this and you want to increase it, make it a little bit more difficult. I would add another picture to this. So now I might do the sheep, the dog, and the train and have them match. Okay. So now they would be going through the same motions again, but just in a bigger array. For a lot of the students, sometimes it could be a little bit distracting having more than two, but the ultimate goal is to build upon that, to do more than one or two at one time. But again, starting out, keep it minimal, keep it easy, make sure that they understand the task. That's the most important part. If they don't understand it, then we're not skipping to all of this. It would just frustrate them and frustrate you, and we don't want that to happen. But then again, like I said, if they're matching those things and they're matching non-identical, then I would increase the amount of pictures. I might add another one to start, or I might add a fourth one if your child's really capable. Okay. And again, go through the same motions. What's that? They tell you dog, or they point to the dog, and you say match dog. So then they would take that dog picture and look for the dog and match it. Okay. I would do this a couple of times. I would do this about 3 times with these same pictures, 3 times for each. But again, always make sure to move where the pictures are. So if the first time you had the pictures in this orientation and they matched them, the next time I would move everything around. So I'd have the dog here, and I'd have the sheep up here and the train down here. And the reason why I say that is you'd be so surprised, but they have some good memories, these kids, and just kids in general. And sometimes they just memorize where things go as opposed to really comprehending and understanding what is being asked of you. So you always want to switch up that field, okay? And again, so like now I'll start with, say, the sheep this time. I'll say, oh, what's that? They tell me sheep, or they say sheep after I say sheep, and I give them the piece and I say, match sheep. And they look on their board or on the table in front of them and they match the sheep. Then I move on again. What's that? Dog. Good job. Dog. Show me where dog goes. Match dog. And then they match the dog. After they've done that a few times and you can see that they really have that, I would pick another set of pictures. So now I might have a cat here, I might have a kite here, and I might have the blocks here. And just make sure that they're different looking than the pictures on here, okay? The concept is non-identical matching. So we really want to see that they can generalize. A lot of kids, if I show them the same picture, they'll know it over time. But say it's the same object in the picture, but it doesn't quite look the same as what they've initially seen it, they might not generalize it. You'd be surprised thinking like, oh, they know what a sheep is, they know what a sheep is. But if they see it a little bit different, like say the coloring's different or the position of the body or the face isn't really seen, they don't generalize those skills. So this is really just the generalization of all those skills, okay? So this is how I would start out. If you have any questions, please ask me, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.